What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Posttopostpod. This week's episode is episode 27, and Daddy's back, baby. Back from his golf trip. With me, as always, my co-host, Matt Small. What's going on, buddy? You miss me?
What did Al Bundy ever say? With every bullet so far?
Yeah. Oh, man. Did you actually miss me, though? Because it kind of seemed like you were roasting me all last episode.
I don't know, buddy. Like, there are times where I was like, Joe, like, I was just saying, like, he's a third-string backup now. And
Apparently.
I'm like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of, like, third-string backups become starters to this playoff, and I was like, maybe we should kick you out of that seat, maybe.
A little Craig Anderson action.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have any better guests to bring on, so here's Joe again. But
poor bastard.
Missed a lot of, good content, good hockey week. I should have been here for it, but your boy had to go down to Cape Cod National.
Had to.
Down in Harwich.
Yeah.
Shoot 124 on like a par 75, like a legend. Absolute hero. Did not belong there. I was in the wrong tax bracket to even be there. Me and all the degenerates from work were betting on people at the 18th green.
You're probably better than me, though, at this point.
I mean, you haven't even swung a club, dude.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
Just got your first set.
I don't know.
That's not saying much.
What if I just, like, come out and I'm, like, already a god? Like Phil Mickelson is asking me for advice.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's more people that are terrible golfers in the world than there are good golfers. Speaking of Phil Mickelson, though, big match coming up Sunday, June 6th. Mickelson, Jesus Christ. Mickelson, Brady versus DeChambeau and Rogers. What do you think?
So, personally, I have no idea who the hell DeChambeau is.
Yeah. Do you know the other names?
Aaron Rodgers? Is that
Yeah, there you go. Nailed it. What's he do?
I've heard that. Football. Football.
Yeah.
I know that much.
And then Brady, you know Brady?
We know Tom Brady.
Yeah.
We know Tom Brady.
Do you know Phil Mickelson? It was a nice name drop there.
Yeah. So my uncles are huge PGA guys. They golf all around, all the time too, like Cape and everything.
Yeah.
So when they were over, when I was living with my mom still, they'd come over and watch PGA. So I used to sit down and watch it with them.
God, it's so boring, isn't it?
It is. It's brutal.
Golf is like baseball senior.
It is. I think I like golf more than I like baseball, though. I don't know what it is. I think golf, it's going to be calm and, like, relaxed, whereas baseball, I think there's
what you're getting.
Something about it, you're just like, oh, maybe there'll be,
baseball,
like, a hype moment.
Like, it seems more like a sport than golf does. They're both sports, obviously. They're both very challenging,
right.
But baseball is like, it couldn't be high flying. I like the baseball highlights. I'm not going to sit and watch 9 innings.
Right.
But I think both of them need to get with the times.
Golf, too. Like, you ever see is there any fat golfers? Like, you see, like, obese pitchers in MLB getting paid millions. I'm like, how are you a professional athlete with your body?
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I feel like a lot of golfers are in good shape.
Pretty good shape, yeah.
But I'm going to get into this one real quick here. There's been a lot of drama in the PGA, and the PGA is not liking it. They are doing everything they can to hide this drama. So Koepka and DeChambeau do not like each other. DeChambeau, back in the day, was called out by Koepka for his slow play. And DeChambeau shot back and said, "You're way out of shape, bud," like you were just saying. He's like, "Hit the gym. You look like crap out there." So I'm trying to find the video, and it's very hard to find. I'm sure we'll get a clip up, but the PGA is basically blocking it. So I find the video. It says, "This video contains content from NBC Universal, who has blocked it in your country on copyright grounds." And it's basically the higher-ups at golf don't want this drama out there because of the traditions of the sport. It's kind of like the big thing in baseball right now is these guys teeing off on the first pitch. They're like, "Oh, you got to take a strike there." Like, no. If you're going to give me a meatball over the middle, I'm crushing that thing to left field, dude.
Yeah.
Like, but then the
I
players...
never understood that at all.
The worst part is the player's own manager that hit the home run is yelling at him about it. Like, you have to take a strike there. You shouldn't have hit that home run. And the player comes out and apologizes for it afterwards. It's garbage, dude.
Get
garbage.
the fuck out of here. I never understood that rule. It's like one strike, so 0-3, right?
0-3. No, I think it's basically the first pitch. You got to, like...
Ball? No, how do they do it? Is it ball strike or a strike ball?
Strike
I can't
ball.
remember. Okay, so 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you got to wait to see a strike so you don't usually walk,
It doesn't make fucking sense. Yeah. And obviously, all the time, the pitcher just lobs it for, like, a strike. And I'm like, that's the
one that
time
crush,
for you
dude.
to fucking crush.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand that. It's like...
I understand seeing the pitch, though. And, like, waiting and seeing, like, if it's a ball, like, I'm good. I don't need to swing. So, like, think about it. But, like, if it's a lob over the middle, fucking jam the thing, you know?
Right, exactly.
But, anyways, so the Koepka-DeChambeau video is hilarious. Koepka's being interviewed by, like, golf television or something. And he's looking off camera like this. And he sees DeChambeau and, like, rolls his eyes. So, the interviewer asks Koepka a question. He's not even really paying attention. Trying to answer it real quick. And DeChambeau and his caddy walk right through the scene behind Koepka, and Koepka just, like, stops talking, like, closes his eyes like, oh, this guy. And he literally says, I fucking lost my train of thought hearing that bullshit. Fucking Christ. On like golf TV, like a pre-planned interview. So we don't know what DeChambeau said, but this was hilarious. And this came out Monday, which is just after Koepka finished 1 shot behind Mickelson, and DeChambeau finishes 9 shots off the pace. So Koepka decides, hey, there's Mickelson, Brady, and DeChambeau Rogers coming up next week. I'm going to get in the mix here. I can't stand DeChambeau. He tweets at Aaron Rodgers, sorry, bro, because he's playing with DeChambeau. DeChambeau just played like crap on the whatever tour it was this weekend.
Right.
And DeChambeau hits him back with the best line ever, living in your head rent-free. and I think, honestly, Koepka should be on this match rather than DeChambeau, personally. I just think he's a better golfer, and DeChambeau is just a fucking villain. I mean, I just went on a crazy golf tangent that no one gives a shit about, but this is like the first real story in golf that I've seen in a long, long time. Like, I can't name anything like this.
Like, the only story in golf you hear as of late is just like something Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. It's
like,
always
the
Tiger Woods.
latest thing was like the car crash, but anything else was like him fucking bitches and Denny's, and that was it.
Yeah, and I mean, being the best athlete in the fucking world.
And everything's off the fucking, what do you call it, the field or the course?
Fairway?
Well, no, off the course.
Oh, yeah. All the
'cause
drama.
all the drama was just like him at Denny's or the...
Yeah.
Like, nothing about anything about golf.
Yeah, but, I mean, the worst part about it is that the PGA is being, like, Major League Baseball and trying to cover all this up and pretend like it's not a thing. Where this could be, like, something that, like, hey, maybe I can get millennials into this or young people into it.
Right.
You know? I don't know. I just think it's dumb. I think baseball and golf need to grow up and don't worry about the traditions as much as they do.
I mean, they're both sports that, like, I think they're just as old. Am I wrong with that? I feel like they're just as old. So, like, traditions.
America's pastime, you know?
Especially golf. I feel like years ago, when I was last playing, I mean, when I say years ago, I'm like 12, 13 years old. I used to go to, like, Dennis Pines with my uncles and play golf. But, like, it was like women couldn't, like, participate. It'd be like an all-male, like, course. Like, women can't, like, participate.
That's old school.
And like the clubs were just men only, and then like you had, of course, golf. You have to wear like certain stuff, certain clothing, right?
Like my Cape Cod National hat, that'll fly.
Nice,
legend.
And like I feel like I get it. It's like old school, like this is it. But I feel like okay, we're getting past that now.
Yeah,
like
there's women tees on every course now,
right.
And it's just more open, you know?
Right, exactly. And I think, do they have, does baseball have, like, reviews? Like, do they review
Oh,
anything?
they review a lot of shit. It's annoying. Like,
oh, really?
It honestly slows down a game that's already the slowest game in the world.
Slowest as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's one thing that's, like...
But it's also, like, there are reviews, but there's also times where, like, the umpire is just a straight dick and is like, no, that's my call. That's it.
That's it.
Story's over. You know, it's weird. It's weird. But
yeah, baseball's just annoying. Baseball's that thing in the summertime that you just hear on the radio, like...
It's great.
It's background
It's
music.
great, though.
That's it.
I love that.
I don't understand fans that watch, like, all 100... What was that, 150 plus
I think
games?
it's 164, right? Some
what
shit like
the
that.
Fuck
It's absurd.
are they doing playing that
Nuts.
many games?
Nuts.
It's like a game every day. And sometimes they have double headers.
And, yeah, and, like, it's all about management, too. And, like, I'm going to use this pitcher here, rest him for 4 days, and blah, blah, blah. We're going to do, like, an infield shift. Like, I don't know. Right. It's just too much.
And the only reason
checkers.
a lot of the... I'm not huge into baseball anymore, but a lot of the fields or arenas or whatever, they're actually nice looking. But I feel like for the Red Sox, it's like something you do when you go into Boston. You're like, oh, this is like Fenway Park is like kind of like the go-to for a lot of people like visiting Boston.
Yeah,
like, I gotta go visit, Fenway Park.
It's like a national monument kind of,
right.
you know.
And if the Red Sox are playing, go there and probably go on like the Green Monster seats. But other than that, man, like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's switch it over to hockey here. We got 3 games on tonight. All 3 series are 3-2 right now. Islanders leading the Penguins 3-2 in the series. In the game right now, they're up 5-3 halfway through the second. Today is Wednesday the 26th, so we're looking to see if these series get closed out. Tampa Bay leading the Predators in the series 3-2. That'll start shortly here. And Vegas leading the Wild 3-2 in the series. What do you think? How many of these are closing out tonight?
I was trying to think about it. I actually put it up on the podcast, on our podcast Instagram today to see what everyone was thinking. And it's looking like the Islanders are going to move on.
I think so. I think they're the better team.
Right.
And it's so weird to say that when they're the 4 seed.
Right.
You know.
So I think the Islanders are gonna close it out tonight. I'm not saying that because it's 5-3 right now. I'm just saying it in general. I think they're just gonna close it out in general. As for the Florida Tampa Bay Lightning series, I love that series. I've said it 1,000 times. Like, it was so close, but Florida with Spencer Knight this week. I'm thinking the podcast. It's such a random move to just throw him in.
It is ballsy, man.
Ballsy to fucking throw this kid in that, 3 games I think he played? And then it's like, I don't know, give it a go.
Yeah.
First shot on net went in. And whenever I was like, oh, Jesus, here we go. 36 saves consecutively. Shut the fucking door right after that. And you're like, oh my God. Like, just a shot in the dark. And like, he was the brick wall. And like, that's why the series is now 3-2. They're still down by 1, but they could tie it up tonight. I would love to see that. So I'm going to go all Florida tonight.
You think Florida's going to push it to 7?
I think Florida's going to push it to 7 tonight.
That's what I think, too. I thought it was a real bold strategy of the coach to stick with Spencer Knight, but it's the right move.
Right.
I think I saw Bobrovsky was like 5 goals on 14 shots when he was yanked the other night.
Dude, Bobrovsky, man, what a waste of money that was. Holy shit. How much, with $10 million a season, right? Is that what it was?
10 mil.
To fucking sit on the pine, and not even sit on the pine. Last game, he was just like undressed. Like, Dreja was sitting on the bench while Spencer Knight. I'm like, what a waste of money Bobrovsky
And that's
was.
the other aspect. It's kind of nuts that they're going to Spencer Knight over Dreja because he played so well this season too.
Right. I definitely would have picked Dreja over Bobrovsky to throw him back in. I don't know why.
It really doesn't make sense from a playoff perspective. It's kind of cool because it's like, all right, we're down 3-0 or 3-1, whatever it was, and they throw Spencer Knight in and they steal one.
Right.
You know?
But I feel like Dreja was the guy.
I think so.
I think he had that one rough night where I couldn't blame him for like most of those goals, but it was like a rough night in general. But I still would have started him, whereas Florida just took that and was like, all right, Bobrovsky, you're in. And he fucking had that shit.
And then they said, fuck the both of you. Let's pull this guy up.
Yeah. Hey, Spencer Knight,
he has performed on the international stage, in all these world tournaments. Like, he has the experience. He's ready to go, and it showed the other night. So.
Right. So I'm going to jump from that and go just straight Vegas. I'm not even going to talk about Minnesota. I think Vegas is going to close it out tonight.
I don't know, man. This one's tough. We usually always pick the same. I'm going to say the Wild's going to push it to Game 6.
In Game 7?
Yeah, no, they're going to. Well, yeah, they're going to push. They're going to win Game 6 and push to Game 7.
Oh,
and
sorry.
I think that they just have their number for some reason, and it makes zero sense to me. But nuts.
You're right. Did you see that Kirill Kaprizov goal?
Yeah, unreal, dude. The kid is phenomenal.
Unbelievable. I love how the team's like defending him. Like, it just helps him out. Like, he's that young kid.
Yeah,
I think.
Get away from my rookie.
Vegas was trying to get all over him, and all the older guys just like, hey, buddy, like, no fucking around.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm loving seeing that. I do like Minnesota Wild. I still think Cam Talbot has been standing on his head as a goalie for Minnesota Wild. The fact that it's 3-2 in this series right now, I won't say it's all him, but solid goaltending coming from Cam Talbot out of this. For some reason, I didn't really expect much out of him, but definitely getting it. Marc-Andre Fleury is probably going to be the reason why they're going to go up.
I think they're getting a very good series out of this matchup, but if the Wild are to beat the Knights, I could see a sweep or a 5-game series next round for them, which is not good for the sport. We want to see Vegas go, I think. Get the better quality opponent up higher in the bracket.
So we did get 2 sweeps this week, one being the Jets and one being Toronto, right?
Yep.
And what does that say for...
No, not Toronto.
Not Toronto. It's
the Jets swept Edmonton.
Jets. Oh, and Colorado Avalanche.
Yep, Colorado swept the Blues.
Sorry. What does that say for the next round? Are they going to be like two in-between games? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like 2 rested where they just kind of come in cold again for round 2?
It could. I think rest is honestly a very good thing to have coming into the next round. Like, even the Bruins going in 5, where all these other series are playing to 6, 7 games. Mm-hmm. And I think it's huge because it gives your guys that are just got the shit kicked out of them in a tough matchup, like Washington-Boston, let's say. I think it's just huge to get more people back in the lineup and get your health back.
Right, exactly. So, did you watch any of the games this week? I know you've been busy, man. Anything catch your eye at all?
I'm trying to find it right now. I did like who was the announcer that called the 3 games in a row?
The announcer.
I just showed you the video of fucking A. That's what I've been looking for the past 5 minutes.
Is that the one Kyle was talking about on Discord?
No, I think his last name's Moore. And
Derek Moore.
Derek Moore. He predicted all 3 of the overtime games.
Mm-hmm.
And he predicted who was going to score. Remember?
Yeah, like, was it 3 or 4?
Three in a row.
3 in a row.
The Minnesota overtime winner with Eriksson Ek.
Mm-hmm.
He called I forget who it was in the Islanders game.
Conley, was it?
Connor in the Winnipeg game.
Yep.
And then it was someone else on the Islanders that he called for a winner. But that was unreal, seeing him do that.
What a great edit, though.
Yeah, right.
Just
that was
like,
nice.
Here's what his prediction was. Here's the goal.
Yep. How about the Nazem Kadri suspension?
So, 8 games he's looking at right now for the suspension. Deserving, I'd say, for the hit.
I think it's a good starting number for the league. They know his track record. They know that was intentional.
Right.
The way that he hit Falk going towards the net. And I think that we could see it brought down to 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, give or take.
And that's going to suck for next round for them because that means he's coming back at game 6 or 7 if they go that long.
If they go.
So he's basically missing all of next series, most of next series.
Most likely. Which is a big hit. I hate...
Because they're going to be going up against either Vegas or Minnesota out
right.
of this.
And you need Kadri.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's dirty, but still one of the good players. We just talked about Tom Wilson, same thing. If the Capitals missed him, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't like that at all. Like, you go back, and even we talk about slow motion, where it's just like you can't really tell. But, like, slow motion, you're like, no, you saw Kadri from, like, the enter end, just, like, he wasn't even, like, going for the puck for Justin Falk's puck. Like, he was just lining him up, and it was just dirty. And the fact that the league was just like, no, we're going to have a one-on-one, like, Zoom meeting with you, I think that said a lot. That said, hey, like, we literally want to fucking talk, like, face-to-face with you and be like, the fuck is going on?
And then I know it's playoffs, and hitting is at an all-time high in the playoffs, obviously. But I feel like we are seeing so many hits from behind, hits at the numbers, or, like, those sideways hits along the boards,
Right.
like... There's been so many, like Oliver Wahlstrom going into the boards with that whiplash video that you showed me.
Jesus, that was brutal.
And then you had Sam Bennett running someone on the Tampa Bay Lightning, coming like from basically in front of his net. It was a charge and a board.
Right.
It was absurd. You got a game for that one.
Ovechkin, I feel like, almost got hurt. Remember who?
I think Marchand hit him once, and then he got hit again.
Someone
right.
hit Ovechkin, got him to the ground, and Ovechkin was still trying to get the puck, and then Marchand came out of left field and just like hit him again while he was still down. That's like, I don't know, man.
That's fair to me. He's playing the puck. He has the puck.
He is. It's
I don't know.
A vulnerable position, I guess.
Like, it is.
It could be have been bad.
Yeah, it is. But where he's playing the puck, and I don't know. That is tough because it's definitely a vulnerable position.
Right.
But
he is the Russian machine that never breaks.
Never breaks, right? You saw him yelling in Russian at his goalie. That pissed me off. Like, you're a professional and you're going to, like, scream at your goalie about losing in overtime. Like,
right. It's kind of brutal.
I get it that he fucked up behind the net, but then you see Tristan Jarry do the same shit. You don't see the Penguins fucking roasting him for it.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's not a cool thing to do from Ovechkin at all. It doesn't show good, like, leadership in my eyes.
Did he ever come out and say he was actually shitting on
it seemed like he said, I don't know how to pronounce the word, but it's like blat, bilat. It means like bitch in Russian.
Yeah,
I like could kind of see that off of his mouth yelling down to him. I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, he's an older guy. The reason why he's still here, same thing as Crosby when both of them entered the league, is the competitiveness they both have. I mean, to be in this league, these guys are all competitive. We just talked about Connor McDavid just screaming. Who's he yelling at, the teammate that we were talking about?
I think it was Puljujärvi, but they couldn't really tell who he was yelling at. But he was just frustrated.
He was frustrated.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, you were down, you got swept. But, like, I guess for Ovechkin, like, you have that another opportunity to get the cup. You've made it this far. He's at that age where, like, maybe another cup is in the run for him, but, like, maybe retirement soon for him.
Yeah, I mean, we're on Ovi, right? I think we saw a lot of 2A Ovi in the first couple games, but then you saw kick back and chill on the power play Ovi for the next 3, and that's what really drove the nail in the coffin. And I think maybe wear and tear, maybe he can't hang as much and throw those big hits that he was throwing.
What I was noticing there, too, is Ovi was just kind of just sitting in his spot for most of that time, like, and no one was covering. But that seems to be like the Ovi way at least this season.
It usually works,
I've noticed, and it works. But what I've noticed, too, is, like, he kind of switched it up from, I don't know if it was just bad passing, but, like, he would get the puck, and instead of, like, taking those one-timers, he would look for that pass, like, in front.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe he's kind of switching it up to, like, trying to get that pass.
Yeah, that is weird. I didn't notice that.
Yeah. But, I don't know. It's all competitive. As for fucking screaming at your goalie, I get Samsonov. That goal was fucking brutal. That was brutal.
What do you think? Which one do you think was worse? Him leaving the puck for his defenseman there and getting scored on the wraparound, or Tristan Jarry's pass?
That was worse.
That was worse, wasn't it? Because it's just a dumb, like, you're not paying attention play.
Yeah.
Where Jarry made like an error. You know what I mean?
Right. That was, especially in the overtime. What was that, second overtime? Am I wrong with that?
With Tristan Jarry?
No, with Samsonov.
I think it might have been second overtime as well.
I think that was second overtime with the Bruins. And that was just him not paying. It was just, it's such a simple thing to just, like, watch yourself. Especially when you're just, like, handling the puck in the back of the net. You hold the puck and look to, like...
You got to be aware.
You got to be aware of what's going on. And the Bruins player was, like, right there. And he kind of just, like, left it and just, like, casually got back into his net. And I'm like, you can't
I think the
that.
defenseman also expected him to rip it somewhere and then was like, oh, shit, I got to get there.
Maybe.
You know?
So it's complete miscommunication. But also, that's all on Samsonov for not paying attention to his surroundings.
Yeah. While we're still on those hits, too, how about John Tavares and Corey Perry? That was absolutely disgusting to watch. That sucked.
That sucked. It was it was Ben Sherratt. So him and Sherratt kind of wasn't a hit, but he kind of tripped over Sherratt, and as he was coming down, Corey Perry was coming up too and tried jumping over him
just to get out of the way.
It wasn't intentional whatsoever, and his knee just got him right in the face. That was definitely one of the scarier moments that I've seen in the NHL. They're showing the medical guy come over and try to, like, lift him up, and he just kind of, like, ragdolls.
He folded,
He folded, and I'm like, I remember seeing that live. I was like, oh shit, like.
And then I think it's Marcus Foligno on the Maple Leafs, right? And Nick's on a different team.
Yeah.
But Foligno comes over and makes Perry fight.
I did not like that fight at all.
I did, because I think that if it was any player other than Perry, it wouldn't have been an issue. It wouldn't have been a fight. It would have been, oh, he didn't mean to do that.
Right.
But with Perry's track record, obviously, he didn't mean to do it, but it's like, you're Corey Perry. Like, you're going to have to pay for this kind of thing, And Perry did not want to fight, you could see, too.
No. And Nick Foligno came out, too. I wonder if I could find the quote down there. But he's like, he didn't say it was Corey Perry's fault at all. He just, like, he was our captain. Like, I got to be there for my captain.
He's out.
So it wasn't him saying Corey Perry did it all. He's just like, our captain went out. I got to be there for my captain. And it was classy for Corey Perry not to, like, throw a punch, be like, just take it like a man. But I wasn't a fan of that fight at all. I feel like that shit does happen, and I feel like if a player knows that, like, it was just a fucking shit situation, just kind of be like, maybe talk it over. But
no, I disagree with that. When it's the playoffs, blood's boiling, and if you can take Corey Perry off the ice for 5 minutes, you absolutely should. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gives you the competitive advantage there. Now you're out John Tavares because of what happened. Not his fault at all by any means. I'm not blaming Perry here.
That's just rough. Yeah, I didn't see anything about Corey Perry after the game either, but I'm sure something like that kind of sticks to you, because I don't think no one wants to see another player like ragdoll the way Tavares did. That was fucking brutal just to watch. But to be the player to accidentally do that to another player
and do the shin pad to the face, like, my God,
face, and might just take him out of the league. But thankfully, not at all. Like,
it's amazing he's coming back in 2 weeks.
It's fucking incredible. He was carried out of the ice, and he saw the thumb come up. So I'm like, oh wow, that's awesome. And then we just find out, like, he's fine. He had a concussion, neck was fine, everything else was fine. He's due back in like 2 weeks. I'm like, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's going to be huge help for Toronto coming out of that round too. Winnipeg's looking red hot, sweeping the Oilers. We did not expect that, huh?
No.
One thing that I did not like, I sent you the clip of Stephen A. Smith, and I'm going to see if Billy can clip the audio real quick and play it right now for us.
Connor McDavid, the phenom, the future of the sport, the NHL's leading scorer. Draisaitl, second in scoring to McDavid this year. The NHL's leading scorer last year. Swept in the first round as the higher seed after not even getting out of the qualifying round last year. Now, how you gonna do hockey like that?
So, like he said, man, like, if that's the Brooklyn Nets, if they're basketball players, they're not. That's not the same sport. You can't compare them.
It's not at all. I don't watch basketball at all, but like Sportsnet or whatever on Instagram was showing like There was LeBron James just like crying on like the basketball court, and I'm like,
There was a stat.
Dude,
He got
grow the
poked in
fuck
the
up.
eye. He got poked in the eye.
Poked in the eye.
There was a stat. I think he was down for like 80 seconds, and there was a baseball player last week got a fastball to the face. He's all black and blue, down for like 43 seconds. Tavares was one of the ones, or no, not Tavares. I think Blake Wheeler was one of the ones hitting the nuts right up.
hitting the balls.
Yeah,
got right
that was
up.
brutal too. But him even comparing them, like the
Fucking break a
Brooklyn Nets,
fingernail.
the Brooklyn Nets are a super team. They have like that's all it takes in the NBA. You can have two guys carry a team and take them to the championship, and that's bullshit. You can't compare it to hockey. If you have the best scorers in the league and you put up 10 goals on a team a night, if you have no defense or goaltending, you're going to lose 11-10, like
Right.
every time.
Every time.
So he works for ESPN too. So this goes back to your ESPN has to get their shit together, because if these are this is like the opinions that they're going to have on air, like they're not going to be looking too good.
That's why I said when we talked about the NHL going to like the ESPN, TNT, I'm like, what the fuck do they know about? I was just saying, like, they think Wayne Gretzky still fucking plays. Like, Mary Lemieux is just like, oh, I just scored. Like, not forgetting that Sidney Crosby's on the fucking team. But, yeah, we're seeing this now. Like, maybe they're trying to figure out hockey right now.
I know for a fact Stephen A. doesn't get it. I mean, I guarantee you ESPN gets it, but Stephen A. just runs his
Just
mouth and
doesn't
just
get
wants
it.
clicks and views.
Right.
Another Felger and Maz for
Yeah,
you.
he definitely got it.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
Definitely
There's a
got it.
reaction, right?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. Like, that's comparing, like, golf players to fucking NHL players. You can't compare.
They got
man.
like the same toughness though.
Yeah. Do they?
I like how you just agreed. You're like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, buddy.
So, next round, we're going to see either Islanders Penguins against the Bruins. We're going to see Colorado against either Vegas or Minnesota. We're going to see, well, we don't really know anything about the Central right now. And we got Winnipeg waiting on Toronto, Montreal. So, our picks kind of went to shit, which is not great. We don't look too good.
I can't believe I picked the Oilers.
I don't blame us for it. I think a lot of people picked the Oilers.
So me and a coworker of mine, we talk in the morning, and we did our own little picks for it. And he's like, Jets. And I was like, Jets? I'm like, I got Oilers. And he goes, they're just a veteran team. They've done this. Like,
They did have deep runs.
Name a veteran guy on like the Oilers. It's all still young guys. I guess Connor McDavid's like up there with age, but
Yeah.
like
They do have a young roster.
Have they had the run in like the Stanley Cup playoffs? Do they know what it takes?
And like Stephen A. said, they've won one playoff round in 6 seasons. So.
Right, exactly. So I was like, all right, well, I'll take the Jets, and here I am, as you say, eating my own hat.
You like that one?
I don't get where you got. Where do you get that?
That's
from?
an actual like phrase.
Oh, really?
It's like, if that happens, I'll eat my hat. That's just a phrase.
That's interesting. I've never heard that
It's
before.
like, yeah, it's a real phrase. It's just a thing.
It's now your thing though, because I've never heard it besides.
I think
you.
I've said it like twice. Kyle says a lot too. Kyle likes that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was shocked. He was giving me shit today, actually this morning. He goes, "How are your Oilers
You
doing?" I'm
get
like,
the brooms
fuck
out.
Yourself.
Get the brooms out, buddy.
Yeah. So I don't know. So if I were to guess right now for round 2. And I try to be like in the middle with everything for the playoffs and say, you never know. That's kind of been my thing with like the playoffs. Like, you never know. But if I were to just sit there and say round 2, here we go. I think Toronto's going to beat Montreal. In my own personal opinion, I'm going to say it. I ate my own hat. So last week I was giving Carey Price shit. Even the episode before this, I was like, if Montreal brings in Carey Price and starts him, they're fucked. I fucking completely take that back. I think the majority of the goals Carey Price let in were, I mean, besides Joe Thornton's kind of little tap in there last night, I feel like the majority of them are like well-earned goals, like past Carey Price. He's played phenomenal. The goals against and like the losses they've had, it doesn't like look good to him. But if you just watch him play in that series, especially against Toronto, he's definitely held the fort. He's definitely been that guy. Which I was just saying, like, is Carey Price the guy anymore? But he's been fucking great. Like it's not showing mainly because of all the losses and shit and like the goals he's let in, but. I don't know.
I just think Toronto is that much better of a team. The Montreal
Just
Canadiens.
period.
The Montreal Canadiens are gritty and all, but Carey Price isn't going to win him 3 games in a row to beat the Leafs. Now they're not coming back.
No, they're not coming back at all. But
So-
I do want to say, Carey Price did make me eat my own words because he's been fucking great. So just be on the lookout for Carey Price, I guess, maybe coming back. So I do have Toronto coming to move up to round 2. And then you have Winnipeg, so I guess Winnipeg-Toronto. That'd be a great series. I don't think Nashville's going to take Carolina. I think Carolina's going to take it. Now Florida-Tampa Bay. Who do you have again?
Picks from before. We're not changing our picks either. Like you and Joe were talking picks last week. Like, oh, I'm gonna switch this to that. Like, no fucking way. I got it all on paper here, buddy. We both picked Carolina. I picked them as a sweep. You picked them in 5, and they're going into Game 6 tomorrow.
Nice. So what did you do for Florida or Tampa?
Florida and Tampa. I think I went Florida. I did. I went Florida in 7. You went Florida in 6.
Interesting.
So Florida in 6 isn't an option now.
No.
Tampa's up 3-2.
Tampa's up. So we'll say Tampa. So you got Tampa and Carolina. So now you have New York.
That's going to be an awesome series.
That's going to be a fucking great series.
That's going to be high-flying offense for sure.
Hell yeah. And then I'll say New York versus Boston. And then we're going to get Colorado versus Vegas. I think that Vegas-Colorado series is going to be great, too. We're going to be coming up to great series.
Dude, yeah, this next round, like every matchup is going to look really good. I mean, honestly, we're interested in the Boston-New York one because we're here, but that's probably the least interesting series, don't you think?
Yeah. Out of the
those
four
new
new series coming up, yeah, least interesting. Completely, because that Toronto-Winnipeg series is going to be fucking incredible to watch.
So out of those 4 series, which one do you think has the best odds at being a sweep? I'm not saying there's definitely going to be a sweep, but which one do you think like could happen? I could see the Jets sweeping Toronto. Imagine they go to the Cup and 16 wins and 0 losses.
I was just about to say that.
I think all the other ones are just so, I don't know. They just know each other too well.
Right, exactly.
I feel like Winnipeg and Toronto don't know each other too well.
They don't know. So, I'm going to go with you on that. I'll say Toronto-Winnipeg, that series. And I think Toronto's going to sweep Winnipeg.
Really? I was going to go the other way because
way?
Toronto doesn't usually make it out of the first round.
I know.
So I was thinking Winnipeg might sweep them, but we'll see.
We'll see. So, with that said, so we got, what do we got here? So you got the Jets coming up here with the sweep. The Avs coming here with the sweep as well. And then it's kind of funny that Minnesota won 1, then Vegas wins the next 3, and then Minnesota wins. See, I like how like this is kind of like you can see like home games and away games. Like Carolina's good at home, and then Preds are good at home, and then Carolina won again. So, do you even take these into consideration at that point? Like especially for round 2.
What, home ice advantage?
Home and away, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge thing, especially now where things are opening back up. I think the Bruins are planning to have a decent number of fans there. It obviously isn't a factor when it comes to the Canadian series. But, well, I mean, it is, but it isn't, you know? They're still, like, pumping volume and cheering, like, putting it in fake crowd noise for their home team's goals, but it's just not the same.
It's not at all. You're like, I'm loving the fans, especially Carolina. Loving the fans there. I'm loving the Tampa.
I'm loving the Bud Light Seltzer fan. I think that was at the Winnipeg game. We'll throw a picture of him up, too. That was fucking hilarious.
Do they have that in GIF? Because, like, it's just him in, like, a Bud Light Seltzer costume just waving the flag.
I was telling you, I was watching that game with my buddies, having a couple drinks at his house, and the thing's just sitting in the crowd, like a big can of Bud Light Seltzer not moving. I'm like, there's got to be someone in that suit, right? It's not just like they set up the mascot, he's just sitting there. And then I found the video of him like going nuts. I'm like, dude, that guy was sitting like dead still for like a whole period. It's so funny.
Trying to do a little update here. Pens on the power play. It's still 5-3. Lightning are up 1-0 against the Panthers.
Yeah, the Islanders are up 5-3 end of the second, too.
So, this will be great. This will be a great night. I want to see what happens. Oh my God! Penguins are 25 shots on goal. Oh, this is another thing I wanted to talk about too. This playoff, I don't know if it's maybe because I'm seeing the stats more, but I'm realizing if a team has more shots on goal, they tend to lose a lot in the playoffs.
I think that is quantity over quality. Or quality over quantity is what I want to say. And I also think that goes to show a lot of block shots on the other side. They're not getting the shots through. The ones that are getting through are scoring, but the other team must be blocking a shit ton of shots if you're seeing like under 20 shots on goal in a playoff game.
Right, exactly. Like some of these are just insane though. Penguins last game were like 50 shots on goal to 28, and
Yeah.
they still lost 3-2. Like, I mean, the Lightning Panthers have always they've always been close. I thought I saw something absolutely insane. Yeah, like the Hurricanes had 61 shots on goal, Preds 40, and they still lost 4-3.
That's what defense is, though. It's all about minimizing the risk of the shot and getting sticks in the way and getting the puck up and out of play.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen a few of them. I think Colorado had a player lay out and save on the goal line against St. Louis.
Right.
I think Sidney Crosby had a really nice stick save on like a wide open net that he
Yep.
just chipped it out of
You're
play.
right. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million more examples, but those are what come to mind. Like Blake Wheeler blocking that shot with his nuts. I'll go back to that. His quote was hilarious too. He's like, "I got 3 beautiful kids, and it doesn't really matter because we're not planning to have any more."
Yeah, I'm done.
It's wild, man.
Keep hitting
I
them,
couldn't
buddy.
imagine. Oh,
Oh, Jesus. I've been hit before, like, but it has to go, like, underneath the cup, and I think that's exactly where it hit. But an NHL level shot to the balls like that, fuck
even with a cup on,
me.
dude. No thanks.
Oh.
I want like a pillow there.
Yeah, pillow. I wear 2 cups. You know that? And
Yeah, all
sometimes
goalies
still...
do. I think one's like a bladder protector more than a cup,
Yeah, right.
and the other one's like a player's cup.
And sometimes I do get nice shots that, like, still sting a bit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Jesus. You got back into playing again.
Yeah, last night, first night back, it was great. Like, I don't want to say it felt good to be back. I was happy to be back, but I did not feel good. Like, I did not play well. I was sore like all day today, just terrible. The first shot on goal went in. I was like, great, this is awesome. Very out of shape. Just no endurance. I gotta start doing cardio.
How was getting on the ice? Were you like wiggly legs?
No,
or-
just I think I gotta get my skate sharpened, and then like you know how like goalies don't usually get their skate sharpened.
Yeah.
I want to get them sharpened and then like work them back into where they're supposed to be.
Right, gotcha.
Because I went out the other day, and I was like, Jesus, I can't push at all. You know, I can, but it took a bit.
Do you have a specific?
I think I do 3/8.
Oh, 3/8. I do 5/8.
Yeah.
Interesting. I can't wait to get back. I just got my second shot, like I was telling you, Saturday. So hopefully getting back on the ice soon in like 2 weeks. Back to the gym too. So I've been doing like a lot of cardio trying to get into it. But it's funny. As I was doing cardio, I was just kind of remembering that like you could sit there and do cardio at the gym for 2 hours, but you get on the ice and 10 minutes into it, you're just huffing and puffing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure. It's different.
It's just a different
different
type of
workout.
cardio.
I was telling my wife, I'm like, I got to do something. I got to lose weight, go to the gym. But like, I don't have time, man. Like now with the baby, like
Right.
I just got to come home from work and take care of the baby, go to bed.
Hashtag
Fucking-
dad bod.
Yeah, for sure. Dad bod is in full effect. So she was mentioning that her sister, it's not a Peloton, but like 5 different people she know has like a bike like Peloton,
Mm-hmm.
and like they all rave about it. So I think we might get one of those and chuck it in the bedroom once Emma's like into her own room, and
Right.
we have a little more room because you know
Gotcha.
a little more space.
There's a few people I work with that in the beginning. I wouldn't say few. I think it's like a huge
ton of
group
people do,
now
yeah.
have like the Pelotons, and
Because the gyms are closed. You had to buy home gym
you gotta
equipment.
do and that
Did
was
you see the prices for stuff,
fucking
man?
Impossible.
The
Unbelievable.
benches, the weights, everything
Weights,
through the roof.
There's a coworker of mine that like took the Home Depot orange buckets and filled them up with cement with like a pole in it, and then just used that as
Oh,
a,
no way.
barbell. I'm like, how's that going? He goes, it gets the job done. But some of them are just like like I remember going on Let Go in the beginning of it all. People were like selling like just a 45-pound weight for like $150. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's usually $2 a pound, but like you said, the prices went up. That's like $3 a pound.
Skyrocketed. I'm like, nah, I'll sit down and drink. Like,
Yeah.
I'll take the
good.
year off.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna get on a nice diet and lose some weight. I hope. I was definitely happy to be back skating though, man. Like it felt good to be back with the boys.
I can't fucking wait. I gotta take this back. We went to. Oh, I was telling you, we got rollerblades, so we're rollerblading on Wally Beach.
How'd you do? Did you wipe out?
I almost fucking ate shit.
It's tough, man. Yeah, it's different.
It's
the
so
blade, like
different.
when it stops, it stops.
It
You know what I mean?
stops. But like when you have wheels, it's you don't really stop. So
No, I'm saying the rollerblade. If you hit like a rock or a crack, that the blade stops.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. And like they had like a straight crack like in between, and like the
Oh,
whales fit
God.
perfectly in there, and I was like,
snap your ankle, dude.
Oh god, it's brutal. But Tara's feet are small, so she got like pretty much kids ones.
Barbie
And
Barbie rollerblades.
Right, pretty much. And the insoles aren't meant for like adults, so like we probably rollerblade on the beach for like 10 minutes before she's like, I can't do it.
Oh,
So
gotta get like an insert for it. You think?
so we had to go do an insert. Pure Arctic was closed, but we went to Goalie Monkey in Nord, and so we went in and we're like, I know they have insoles for stuff. So the woman was great there. Like, this is the insoles, but like, what do you need it for? So we're telling her, she goes, just go to Walmart. Oh, Walgreens, sorry.
Dr. Scholl's or something?
Yeah, Dr. Scholl's.
Yeah.
So she was cool as shit. So I was like, well, I'm here. I do want to look at like the throat guards, and I wanted like a dangler too. So
Can I ask why do you think you need both?
I just want to be well protected, especially like the
They
throat
both
guard.
do the same job.
They do. So you got the throat guard and the collar protector. So I like to tuck in my chesty, and when I tuck it in, the chest protector comes down. So
your neck's exposed,
I have
yeah.
gotten hit like in the collarbone that like to the point where like this will like be bruised for like a whole week, and it just fucking hurts.
Yeah, dude, the collarbone only takes like 11 pounds of pressure to snap. Shout out Joe Prioli. Fucking snap that guy's neck.
So, and I've gotten hit in the throat just several times. I've gotten hit in the Adam's apple, and I'm like, when I go back, I want to go back just.
But like this
ready to
thing
go.
does the job. Like I wouldn't need the dangler.
You don't think so?
No, and like if I use the dangler, I would feel exposed because you can get hit under the dangler. Like I've seen that.
Oh, really?
But with this thing, man, like I can get hit there, and it feels like I have the chest
Just
protector
protector?
there. You know, yeah.
Okay.
But that's just me. That's just my opinion on it. I was like, oh, why do you buy both?
Well, it's like anything too. I just like try it out and just see
Yeah.
how it goes and
Yeah.
just go from there. So yeah, you're right. I might just do
try it.
do the
See
throat
what
protector
happens.
first, see how it goes, and then maybe
Maybe check them
dangle
both
too.
on and then see how you feel. You know.
Yeah.
I always felt like when I turn my head too, the
I
dangle
fucking
like
hated the
rattles your
dangler.
ears.
Yeah. And I told you I had this. I used to have issues with the dangler where like the ties or whatever used to come off. I had one that came off and like I've told you this too, where just like the sharp end or like the curved end
Mm-hmm.
on the side was like dangling like this, and some guy took a clapper, got it, and like pushed it into like my throat, and I'm like, that's when I just got rid of it.
I got rid of them once one blew up on me. I got hit with a shot and the whole thing shattered. There was
shattered?
like plastic shards everywhere on the ice. I was like, fuck this thing.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I meant to tell you too. The Bauer store in Burlington called those pads are in.
Yeah.
And they have a demo set for me too. So whenever we want to head up there and check them out.
We're definitely going.
Yeah.
I want to see if they mind if I record. I'd like to go up there and just kind of like do like a little vlog or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd
That'd be cool.
Pretty sick.
Good thing to chuck up on the YouTube channel.
Exactly. I've never been. Have you been there before?
I went there for my skates. It's phenomenal. Like they're like so high tech. It's kind of like ridiculous.
I'm telling you, I'm just becoming a borrow guy.
They said the ice won't be ready though, just so you know.
That's fine.
That's why they have the set for us to take.
Right,
so.
right. That's fine. When we're in goalie monkey, fucking being a goalie's brutal because I'm like, I have like a set of pads and I'm already checking shit out, and Tyler's just like, you're not buying another set. I'm like, I know, I'm just checking it out, but I'm just like also looking at the tag. Like,
Yeah.
But those Von Ventus ones look fucking just beautiful. I might switch. The pads I have now, I'm used to like double breaks. The one I have now is just a single break and it's just okay. But there used to be just no breaks, like the Monte Turco breaks. That's what it used to be called. Now it's just the double breaks. Became a thing, and I just got into it and just kept it. I just stayed with that double break. But the Von Ventus is just a straight go, and I just tried them on, and I'm like, these are fucking perfect, and like it covers my 5-hole perfectly compared to like the double break, because the pads back then for the double break they had like the straps on the top that you would just tighten like around like your thigh, so that when you went down, the double break would break perfectly to like cover the 5-hole, and they don't have that anymore. So like when you come down, like I still have like an open like 5-hole, or like if I gotta spread like my legs out a little more just to close it, and
Which is good.
That's
That's how it's supposed to be. You want to have your legs flared out like that in the butterfly. It's to make you bigger as well as seal the 5-hole, you know?
Exactly. But I'm just so used to like the 5-hole. Like you watch Monte Turco play, and like his legs are just like this because he's able to just shut.
Which is honestly bad.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's just kind of like
How they're built.
So I might switch over to the Von Ventus. But I was also checking out those Bauer Ultrasonics and those Bauer Supremes, and I'm like, I might, if I get another set, I might switch over to Bauer and give them a go.
Savage.
But I think if we go to Bauer and they're just like, yeah, we have like Ultrasonics or like Supreme 2s that you could try, I'll fucking jump on that ASAP. I think you still got to pay though. I think it's like still like $500 for like the set or whatever just to try for the week. And if you do want them, the $500 that you paid goes toward like a set. So that'd be cool shit to see. Are you playing anymore, or just playing like?
I'm trying to do, I think,
often?
once a week because, like I said, I don't really have time. So I had like a Tuesday 9 o'clock slot that worked pretty well. We're trying to do podcasts on Fridays, and with the summer, I mean, we're gonna be going away and doing stuff. So I think the podcast night might bounce around. Today's a Wednesday, and so I got that at night. I work the diner on Sundays, and I honestly want to get into golfing. I want to do a lesson one day next week, I think, and I want to try to find a course that has 6 a.m. tee time.
Okay.
So I can do 9 holes, get showered, ready to go, and go straight to work from there. Because I can do 9 holes in like an hour and a half.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. I was just telling you and Joe and everyone that you guys were talking about playing golf. I don't know if I talked to Joe about it. I must have talked about it with him last episode. I can't remember, but I got a set of clubs at Joe and Lee's in Easton here in Massachusetts. And I go in there, and one of the guys I work with is a big golfer. And I was like, I just want something just to like, I don't need top of the
just need
line
a beginner
shit.
set.
I just need just like a set to just get me going. So he kept telling me about it, so I finally went up there just to check it out. I don't think I was going to buy anything. I just wanted to see. So I go back, and they have like a bunch of like refurbished stuff for like cheap prices too. So, but I'm a
The
lefty.
refurbished stuff can be really nice too.
Right.
Sorry to interrupt.
So I'm a lefty. So like a bunch of the stuff was like righties. So one of the guys at work that come up to me and like, hey, listen, like I'm not looking for top of the line. Again, I'm just trying to just get back into it. So it's like, what I am, like, I'm a lefty. He goes, oof. Like, it's already like, so he goes, like, we have a lefty set up front that's refurbished, like, that we have. Just
He's like,
so
you go over there.
Yeah.
It's Weenie Hut Jr.
So I go up there, and there's 2 sets left. One's right. Both of them are righties. So he goes, oh, boy. So we go back into the refurbished section in the back, and there's, like, 4 hidden ones. And we're going through it, and one of them's a lefty set, whole lefty set. Like, some of these sets are just putter, chipper, and just the drive, that's it. But this one was like 3 chippers, putter, and drive, and the bag. It was $75. I was like...
Yeah, you're going to need a few more irons to close that thing out, but that's a good starter.
That's a great starter.
Set. I like Golfer's Warehouse in Braintree. I don't like the PGA Superstore. I feel like it's a friggin' ripoff.
I kind of refuse to go in there.
That's how I do it too. And Tommy was yelling at me. He's like, "Oh, I just want a cheap bag of balls." And I was like, "Golfer's Warehouse is going to save you more money than PGA Store." He's like, "Bro, those weren't cheap at all." I'm like, "Golf balls aren't cheap, dude. You want cheap? Go to like Walmart. I don't know what to tell you."
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
I
dusted him.
I didn't even think about it, but at that store they have like these cool. For as long as I've known, golf balls are just white. But when I went there, they had like these orange neon green ones,
they do
half
have some of those.
green, half pink ones. And
I think the white. I think the white is the best because like if you would think that those colors would stand out more in the grass, but they don't. The white, it's just like the way the sun hits it, it really just pops, and you can find it the easiest.
Exactly.
You know, especially when you play like me and you're OB every fucking shot. $124, like I said, savage, dude.
But I got like a sleeve, just the white ones for like. I think it was like $20 or some shit. And those colored ones are like $35, $40. I'm like, fuck, whatever. I'm just going to lose the balls anyway.
That's exactly what I say. I mean, at this stage of the game, it doesn't matter.
No.
When I was on the golf trip, Guinness bought us like 3 sets of balls, and they were like, I think they were Pro V6 or Pro V1, some shit like that. And like, those like top of the line balls. And then they had like True Fields, which like aren't. Mm-hmm. But they had custom balls made for us that had Guinness on them. And then the other set had Smirnoff Seltzer.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Shit.
They bought us a nice golf glove, too. It's got a Smirnoff Seltzer ball marker on the glove, so you take it off and mark.
That's something I forgot to get. I got to get like a ball marker. But
yeah.
I feel like if you're drinking on the course, there's like a beer cap you can use.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say? A beer?
It's like a beer cap you could use.
Oh, yeah. That's not a bad idea. The little tab, right? That's a good idea. But, I mean, when you're golfing with 2 guys, 9 times out of 10, you don't need to mark your ball.
Yeah.
When it's 4 guys going, then you kind of do, you know?
So I was telling you, my uncles are huge into it. Like, they've been playing for fucking years, to the point where, like, my uncle will randomly go down to Florida and just play.
Yeah.
And so I texted my uncle, Tom, and I was like, hey, it's like I got a new set of clubs. I was trying to ask for, like, advice on, like, other shit to get. And before he can even answer the question, he goes, hey, me and 2 other your uncles are going down to Dennis Pines tomorrow at the Cape. And he goes, you want to play? was like, oh, what time? Kind of getting pumped up about it. He goes, I think we got like a 10:30 tea time. And I'm like, I haven't played in years. I'm going to suck. And I'm going to just like, I'm going to be the one to like drag you guys. I'm like, I'll wait.
They won't care, man. I mean, I don't know. Golfers get it. And like, you lose a ball, you just fucking chuck it with the guy who hit the best shot, dude. That's what I do. Best ball, here you go. What do you know? I'm right next to you.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that.
You always keep one in your pocket, you know? If it wasn't going to be shitty all weekend, I'd say we could go Sunday after I get out of work. But
The weekend's going to suck?
Yeah, I heard Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all rain, which sucks on a long weekend.
I'm not going to lie. I don't mind that. I'm like, my allergies are fucking killing me.
Oh, it's probably going to clear out a lot of the pollen, which is good.
Thank God.
But
my truck is covered with
I got a
pollen.
car wash before I went down the Cape. It's already green again.
Yeah, it's
I had to
disgusting.
drive a white car, and it's fucking green.
Work on the trains, and we call it the vestibule, like in between, in between all the carts, which was pretty much where we stand all the time in between, and like the doors don't close a lot. So the past week, man, it's just like someone spray painted fucking pollen all over it,
Disgusting.
and I'm just sitting there, just like sneezing up a storm. Fucking people walking by thinking I have COVID. I'm like, no, I got, I have allergies.
Yeah.
It's brutal. So, buddy, Wednesday. This is weird.
It is, isn't it? I'm still ripping it. Oh, you got to work tomorrow. That's why you're not
I gotta work
drinking.
tomorrow.
I didn't
That's why
even
I'm not
realize
drinking.
that. Oh, you're going to do the shot, though, or no?
I'll do the nip. Yeah,
Attaboy.
that's why I'm not drinking.
What a legend.
I got to be up at 3:30 in the morning.
Look at you.
Time you gotta be up?
DPW Wakefield. Tomorrow's Thursday. I got a lot of shit to do tomorrow. I probably got to leave the house around like 7:30.
Fucking sleeping in, huh?
Yeah. Compared to you. I know I got to get up at 5 and feed the baby, so I'm up, but I don't have to leave until 7:30. My stores don't open. I can't really get out and do shit, you
Yeah.
know? So.
Oh, you sent a snap. Are you working at another store?
What did I send a snap of?
You sent a snap of like some store. Like,
Oh, I was behind the counter. So Kyle and them, he lived down the street from Joe's Marketplace, so they always shop there. And when I was there doing the order, I just took a picture like I was behind the counter working. And they're like, oh, you working there now too, huh? I was like, no.
I saw it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Tara's working for that store doing the Drizzly
How's it
orders.
going? Good?
She's been busy as shit.
That's good, yeah. With the warm weather and stuff,
It's
too.
good for her. But there's so many fucking assholes out there, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like this order for like case of like 30 racks or whatever from like Quincy to Hingham or whatever, and like she'll find out like they didn't tip her at all or just like tip $1. I'm like, you know what? Like you're working for the tips. I don't get people who just don't tip. Like you're just a piece of shit.
Some people just don't know. Some people are uneducated.
Yeah, like a lot of people here in Massachusetts.
There you go. That's our home state. All right, I got 99 root beer. What about you?
I got Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple here.
Oh, boy.
Hopefully this will be good. That's not going to be good.
Thanks. Thanks,
Fine.
I hate it.
That's why I picked it, buddy. Just for you. So this will be kind of short, but that's fine. Me and Joe fucking killed it
Dude,
last
you
week.
always say we're short. I bet we're at like 56 minutes.
No, we're at 52.
That's not short. We try to go 45 to an hour. That's exactly where we want to
I
be.
thought we did always an hour.
No, last week you're like, oh, we're going long. It's an hour, 10 minutes. Like, that's not that long.
That was an hour 20 minutes last week with me and Joe.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow, I like that.
Yeah, me too. That was real good.
You trying to man up for the camera? Like, what's going on?
No, I'm not. Dude, it's like the afterburners that come up. Like, you can feel the
Right.
alcohol coming out
This
your
is
nose.
a little burn, but this is actually really fucking good. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple? Holy shit.
Yeah, their honey's good too. I like the Winter Jack. Have you ever had that?
No.
It's like kind of like apple cider Jack Daniels. Really good.
Ooh, okay. I'll have to look for that. I was thinking about getting like a small bottle of this.
Dude, I had that. I went snowboarding with a bunch of my buddies, and we bought like a bottle of that, a shit ton of nips, and like you just throw it. I have a waterproof backpack. The thing's awesome. It's made for snowboarding. I chuck like the 750 of that in the bag, like ice cold, and just slamming that on the ski lift up, dude. Awesome. Wicked
Blacking out
good.
of the way down the hill.
Oh yeah, awesome. That's what snowboarding and skiing's all about, dude. Absolute degenerates on this show.
We're fucking bad. I explained to people at work, like, oh, how do you do the pod? Oh, like, how's your podcast doing? I'm like, it's doing great. And like, they're trying to talk about sponsors and shit. And like, oh, what do you? I'm like, oh, well, the thing is, we usually drink on the podcast and do nip at the end. And like, sometimes I get like looks from like coworkers like, you're fucking alcoholic. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what we are. especially on podcast days.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
I have a good time. I don't know about
I
everyone
have a
else
great
listening.
time. Fuck the people who don't like this. They're probably from New Jersey.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
All right, you good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. If there's anything you want to see us cover next episode, let us know. Our links are in the description, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye, guys.
Peace.